All right, YouTube, this is Mr. Mean coming at you. As I'm trying to record this, I've got my OBS software set up and we are recording my desktop. Hopefully you can see me down there in the bottom right-hand corner. Hopefully it is not blocking much of the screen. It looks like it's blocking a little bit, so I'm going to see if I can adjust it. There we go. So hopefully that's a little bit better and I'm centered in the screen. Guys can let me know in the show notes below how the audio sounds. I did a couple of tests and so far it looks like it's working okay. The camera's working great. Everything should be hunky-dory. Let me tilt this up just a little bit. Make sure I can see. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, so today's treat, if you can't tell by the screen behind me here, my desktop, this is Adobe Acrobat Reader, and this is Project Biomodus Get Wrecked. I am super excited to bring this video to you guys. This is going to go out to my Patreons first, and then a week later, you guys, the rest of YouTube will get it. This is super cool, guys. This is a Kickstarter from Big Bear, Joseph Thompson, and I didn't get a chance to get in on the Kickstarter because I just didn't have the money, and A, I didn't have the money, and B, didn't freaking know about it. There are so many awesome Kickstarters out there, and some of them just get missed because we just don't know about them. And this is one of those ones that just slipped by me. I found Project Biomodus and Bear through the guys over at Indie It's Never Dark Enough in my review of Shattered, which was a Kickstarter that I backed about a year ago, and they turned me on to Bear. Bear was nice enough to come onto my channel and you know, do a video with me. If you haven't seen that, go back in the archives and look at it. Bear was kind enough and generous enough to take money out of his own pocket and send me this copy as the Kickstarters all got it. And I told him I would be more than happy to do a review. So this is kind of, I don't want to say it's a sponsored or paid for. He sent it to me. Whether I do a review or not, that wasn't the point. He sent it to me just because we kind of hit it off, and he's a super cool dude. If I remember correctly, he used to work for Warframe, or Fashion Frame as we like to call it, which is a Ninjas Play Free video game. And those guys really helped him out. And you'll see here as we go through the book, there's some influences there. The art, well, I don't want to jump ahead. The bottom line is this is my review of Project Biomodus Get Wrecked Edition. Now, the point of the Get Wrecked Edition, the physical book's not out yet. The Kickstarter just ended a little while ago, and they're getting all the art together. This is what he calls a light version, the Get Wrecked. And the point of this is to have something ready. Let's see, Get Wrecked. I'm going to read this from the inside of the book. The book you hold in your hands is the true bare-bones salt of the earth, nitty-gritty of Project Biomodus. Unlike the main version of the game, the Get Wrecked edition of Project Biomodus is designed with traveling, conventions, and ease of access for gaming troops without every member having to spend a vast amount of money on the full edition of the book. That right there says it all, guys. That right there just gives you, in a nutshell, what they want to do. And I think that's super cool. So they condensed the rules. They condensed the world setting and everything, and they ripped out a ton of art. There's still a decent amount of art in here, which we will look at. It's super cool. And this uses the TAPM system, the TAPM, we're going to go into that in a second. But first, I want to say how super cool is it that a publisher and a producer puts together a 251-page book, black and white for the most part, that you could print out easily. I mean, if you print double-sided, it's 120 something pages, 22 pages roughly. I mean, that's pamphlet size. That's, you know, that's, you take that to Kinko's or UPS store and you get it spiral bound and boom, you're ready to go, man. You can actually, if you're like me, I have a real nice color LaserJet duplex printer over here. It's a Brother. I'm super happy with it. I think a set of toner cartridges cost me about, if I catch a sale, $75, $80. So right there, man, I can print 2 or 3 copies of this and I can take it to a convention. I mean, I can just pass them out and let people, you know, see these and make a character, and we can get to playing, and I don't have to let any of their grubby hands touch my beautiful hardback book, which I don't have. I didn't back it, so I probably won't get it, but that's okay. I have the PDF, and like I said, this is all you need to play the game. The core book isn't out yet. It's coming. They're finishing up the art and everything, and then it'll be shipped, and all the backers will get their copy, which is amazing. He's really been very transparent. If you go back and you look at his Kickstarter notes, and if you watch my video interview with him where we talk about the Kickstarter, he was very transparent in everything that happened with Biomodus. That's something I really love. The indie guys were the same way. These guys are cut from the same cloth, and I really dig how they get the fans involved. He's very active on Discord and Twitter and everything else. So get in touch with this guy, you know, back this Kickstarter. I believe there's late backer options and stuff, so you can go on there and you can get you a copy of this Get Wrecked or whatever once it's released. Guys, the art in here, it reminds me of Guyver. If you remember the anime Guyver, it reminds me of that very much so. And some of the Bio Beast or whatever they called the bad guys in Guyver, I don't remember. It's been 20 years since I've seen that video. But this has definitely got that feel, and it's way in the future. And you got to read, just the reading of this book. It reads so well, and it's so easy to read. And of course, the art is very evocative of what you see here on the cover. So we're going to kind of go through it. I'm not going to go through page by page, but we're going to go. Oops, cancel. We're going to go through page. So Joseph Bear Thompson is the lead designer, and then his artist. And man, these guys, kudos, Joseph, to your artist. They rocked it. The editors did Melina Reyes, awesome job. The website's pretty cool. Go check it out. It's amazing. So the other things here, you see I highlighted some stuff as I went through the book. With a community such as this journey has been all about the people. It's all about you. Now read this book, learn the game, and go out there and murder some Malkari for the good of the transhumanity. He just wants people to play his game. And how awesome is that? How super cool is that? That he's not about getting rich. He's not about, he doesn't want to be the next WotC. He doesn't want to be the next, CD Projekt Red. He just wants to make a cool game that people want to play, and he wants you to play it. And like I said, very opening and inviting guy, young man, very polite, very just a joy to talk to. If you haven't seen my interview, go back and watch it for the first time. If you have seen it, hell, go back and watch it again, because super cool, and I always can use the hits. It never hurts. So anyway, read the book, that is. But look at the art, man. Look at this. Most of the art in here, I believe, is black and white from what I went through, and there's not a whole lot of art in here. But look at this. This is evocative. This is, you just looking at this picture, the shit has hit the fan. These guys are just brutal. And it's just amazing. We get our table of contents, which is then a little bit of welcome to Project Biomodus. In our hubris, we became immortal. In our ignorance, we became monsters. Dude, great quote. Just the writing in here is amazing. So here's the Project Biomodus, and this is a little bit the influences and inspiration. Let's see, anime and manga: Ghost in the Shell, Dominion Tank Police, Black Magic, Blame, Biomega, Genocyber, Desert Punks. I don't see. Oh yeah, Guyver. The Guyver's in there. Ninja Scroll. So, and of course the always legendary Akira. Little known fact about Mr. Mean: I saw Akira in the theaters years ago. Hated it. Tried to watch it maybe about a year ago. Hated it. Just don't like the movie. The cinematography in it, the animation is phenomenal. Hated the movie. Did not like it. Spoiled little brat who wanted somebody else's motorcycle. That's the basis of that movie. Put the notes in there if you disagree with me down in the show notes. But that's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. I'm Mr. Mean for a reason. But TAPM. What is the TAPM 20 system? Pronounced TAPM 20. Stands for Tactical Action and Power Management. And guys, you want to talk about an easy game system. The mechanics are this: 10 or above on a D20, plus or minus your modifiers and everything, you succeed. 9 or less, you fail. It's that simple. 20, natural 20 on the die, critical success. Awesome. Natural 1 on the die, critical failure. Oh shit. That's it. That's the rules. You're done. You can't get any easier than that. And I mean, he wanted a system. I talked to him when we talked about this system, and again, I'll reference the video, but he wanted a system that was easy and that got better as you got better. And this is that system. And I think it's really cool. The only dice you're going to need for this game is a couple D6s and a D20. That's it. And you can go, and you know what's cool is you get a couple D6s and a D20 in the indie dice set. So go buy the indie dice set and you can use them for this because, well, they're cool. Let's see what else. Well, that's about all there is for that. That's what I don't want to go into the rules too deep because I haven't had a chance to read it very thoroughly. This is a game I do plan on running. I've got my laptop set up. I switched setups. My gaming PC is over here, and then my Mac now is on my desk, and that's what's running all of this right now. I've got some OBS software, which is super cool software. It works great on the Mac. It's open source, so it's free. And what it's going to allow me to do is do exactly what I'm doing right now, is record my desktop, but I'm going to use Discord, and I'm going to actually run tabletop RPGs. We're going to physically roll dice, and we're going to go from there. It's not going to be super high tech. It's just going to be me in a little corner screen like you see there in the bottom right, and then the people in Discord with their video cameras, and I'm just going to record it, and then we're going to play a game. And Biomodus, Project Biomodus is probably going to be one of the first games I run. Shattered's going to be in there as well because I think Shattered is an awesome game. My very first test game, though, is going to be Guardians, which is an old superheroes game, and I've got one player. If you guys are interested, reach out to me on my Discord. I'll put a link in the doobly-doo, and we'll be able to get in touch. And you're gonna have to have a camera and of course a microphone, but we're gonna physically roll dice. I don't need to see your dice. I trust the honesty of my players, and we're gonna tell hopefully a really cool story and try to make it a weekly game if we can. If not, it'll be bi-weekly. But anyway, these are the couple of games I want to get to the table. I want to get Project Biomodus, and I want to get Infinity, Shattered, and of course we're going to start with Guardians because it's a super easy percentile-based game. So anyway, this is it. Let's see, let's go. So there's a little bit of art spaced out. What I do like, let's go through my normal things. Everybody knows my pet peeve is art and layout of the book. This is a PDF, so of course the resolution and the images are going to look great because it's a PDF. But it should look the same way if you physically print it out, as long as you have a decent printer. In this day, LaserJets is so cheap now, or you take it to work and print it off at work. The layout of the book, I think, is fantastic. I like that we've got a plain left-hand border, so no art to be obscured or anything like that. We've got about a 1-inch margin, it looks like, and then on the right side we've got some like burnt or whatever, some imagery on the right-hand side of the screen on this side. So as you're flipping through the book, you kind of see that it catches your eye, and then of course the art in the book is phenomenal. The text is an easy to read font. This is 100%. You can see right here. This is the size the book would be if you were physically holding it in your hand. And the art, so the layout of the book, I dig. The font is easy to read. I'm glad he didn't go with some sort of techno sci-fi font. That's hard to frickin' read. A lot of these indie games try to do that. He kept it simple, easy font, easy to read, laid out well. Art is sparse throughout the book because this is a travel edition of the rule book, so he wants to keep the art low, keep the page count low, which he did. Again, 251 pages, half of that's 126, 125. That's a pamphlet, man. You can print that out easily on a LaserJet, and like I said, the point is you carry this around, you get people to play it. Character creation rules are in here. They are super easy. It's a point-buy system. You start with about 450 points. And they give you some recommendations how to choose your frames or your core, because you're a robot basically, or you're a bioorganism. So you have a brain, and organic brain, and then everything else is pretty much plug and play, as they say. And it's super cool. There's 3 different frames that you can choose from. Frame is not the right word. He gives it another word. Modules? No, that's equipment. Let's see here. Case. you have your case and then your configurations. Let's see here. Hamid, Chimeric, and Sentinel are the three, and they're different sizes. Let's go take a look at it. The Hamid is just that. It's pretty much humanoid. It's what you would think. These are the modifications. I keep using my hand, and you guys can't see my hand on the screen. So let's go to our icon here. So here's what you get for being a Hamid. And those you get automatically when you purchase this. Then the Chimeric, this one to me is the fucking cool one. And it is amazing. And you can see what you get there as well. And then for the Sentinel, that's just creepy. I don't know much about it. Sentinel cases start with the following modifications. And so there's the things you get. It cannot be removed while in a Sentinel case, spectrum analyzer, and levitation drive. So obviously they don't walk, they levitate. They are creepy as hell and awesome, super cool. And then once you've chosen your case, then you do your configuration, and then you do modifications, and then you get your forge skills, your secondary statistics, and then you're ready to start playing. This is, I mean, I don't know how to say it. The configurations goes into all kinds of stuff. You know, I'm not going to go through everything, but you know, because obviously I want you to go buy the book. But this is just really neat stuff. And again, it's point buy system, so a little bit of math, but it's all addition and subtraction. It's nothing major. And then you know, role-playing modifications. I mean, it's just some cool information. That the book is laid out and thought out really, really well. I like the clear case font. I like how it's just put together. The art is, like I said, there's very minimal art in the book. You can see we've gone through about 20 pages already, and we haven't run across one piece of art after the character templates. So we're just going through here. We're going to go to the next piece of art. Some black and white layout, easy to read, easy on the eyes, easy on the screen, easy on your printer. It's just black and white, you know, so you're going to be able to, you can even print this in grayscale and save a little toner. It might be a little bit hard to read. I don't know. I'll probably do a test print and try to print one in grayscale and see how it comes out. But I'm assuming it would come out okay. You get some power and physical adaptions and how much XP they cost. All kinds of, and then this is, I think, page 99. Yep. And then you go, here is your success or failure with the system. Super easy. But again, we haven't run across one piece of art so far since the character creation section. The reason being, this is the Get Wrecked edition. This is print it out, put it on the table in front of your players, and let them play. Start playing. How fast can we get you to the game table? And that's what it's all about. Let's see. I'm just trying to come across some more art. You know what the easy way to do this will be? Is let's close that. Let's open up this. And once it loads, we can scroll down. And this will show us all the art that we have access to. As you can see, not a whole lot of art. I mean, we're at 164 pages, still no art. And again, the point of that is this is the Get Wrecked edition. You get it to the table and you start playing. Let's see if page 183 has... Nope, doesn't look like there's any art. We got some more charts. Just quickly going through it. Let's see, what do we got here? What are these? Oh, cast. These are basically a mob. So these are your NPCs and your cannon fodder that you're going to throw at the players. A veteran, a Malgast, basic information. So threat level challenging, so that's good. So when you're building your encounters, you know what your players can handle by the threat rating, which is always awesome. So just really well. Here's a Malmorg, and it's challenging. So it's solo, so you're only going to usually fight one. And we got all kinds of just crazy, crazy stuff. Let's see what we got down here. Marith, heavy squad. Let's see, challenging. So there's, again, no, I imagine in the full version of the book, this page will have some art that corresponds to it, you know, to these NPCs. And adversaries that you're going to fight. Oh, here's a piece of art. Look at that. If that doesn't scream Guyver, I don't know what does. It's just sweet. These are the Oculari drone squads. For the most part, the Oculari are built for a purpose, so the main bulk of their force is easily manufactured, mass-produced humanoid models of varying shapes and sizes. When a group of Biomodus encounters a frontline Oculari force, it is most likely going to be a unit of these drones. So these are the cannon fodder. These are the things you throw out to, make them run out of ammunition and everything. They're just cannon fodder. We got our, let's see, this should be, these are our character sheets. Very simple character sheet. I don't know if there's going to be a more advanced character sheet in the core book. That's something, Bear, if you watch this, if you could put down in the notes, that'd be cool. This is a very functional character sheet. Obviously, again, easy to print out. There's not a whole lot of background art. There's a little flavor on the top and bottom of the page, but we're looking pretty simple front and back character sheet. Full index, always helpful. Let's scroll down here. This is what, and I told Bear when I was chatting with him on Discord the other day when he sent me this file. For you grognards out there that remember back in the late 80s and the early 90s, TSR, FASA used to put Cyberpunk, R. Talsorian did it. They would put full page ads in the back couple pages of their books advertising their other products or other games. Like I think TSR would have Dragon Magazine, things, and the old Pyramid Magazine would have, different types of promoting different things, advertisements basically. And you don't see that anymore. Modiphius does it in their books. If you go to here's the Infinity book, which my review is going to release tomorrow for the general public. But the nice part is Modiphius has done this since Conan or Mutant Chronicles. There's always an ad in the back of their book talking about their other games, because you may not know. You may have been in a game store and saw Infinity, and they don't carry anything else from Modiphius. There you go. So I thought this was really cool because, like I said, I haven't seen this since the 90s. And Warframe, ninjas play free, www.warframe.com. And there's, and tells you your platforms, who makes the game and everything. You can play it on the PS4, Xbox One, or the PC. And then boom, his brothers in arms over at Indie, Shattered, the grim dark RPG. The Reckoning shattered your world, Fenris. You guys, I've done a review of this game, so go check it out as well. But that's super awesome. Look at that. These are all the player characters that you can play. The Fomorians. They're basically mushroom people, which I just think is freaking cool. So there's Indie Never Done. Far Off Land, modern meets mythic in two worlds for the Fate RPG. I backed the Fate Kickstarter because Fred is an awesome guy, and I am not a fan of the Fate system. I'll play it. I have no desire to GM it. I just cannot wrap my brain around aspects and the way you trigger them and the way it works. And I've been gaming for 30 years now. It's just my brain does not work that way. So it's not my kind of game. Now I can wrap my head around card-based games, storytelling games, but just that Fate system. And I've got some awesome games. I've got all the core Fate stuff from the Kickstarter, which was amazing. I have Mindjammer, which is an awesome sci-fi setting. I can't run it because it's Fate, and my brain I can't grok it. So for whatever it's worth. But I thought that was really cool. Put the ads in the back of the book, and of course, here's the back of the book. So that's basically what I think of Project Biomodus. I don't know how you say it. Bear, you can correct me. I am from Brooklyn. You're lucky I walk up right. I love the cover. I mean, if that's just, you look at that cover and you're like, shit's gonna hit the fan. This is a game of hardcore, whatever, man. Just freaky, weird, awesome, super cool. I can't wait to see the actual full book with all of the art, because Bear has assured me that the art inside the book is phenomenal, and I tend to believe him. And I'm just amazed and just so happy that he sent me this copy. If I sound like a fanboy and I'm gushing, it's because I am. I get excited about these projects. It's a big thing to me when someone like Bear, you look at all of the people that helped him with this, but the core concept, the mechanics and the writing is all him. This is one guy did all of this work, 251 pages of a game that he put his heart and soul in, and then he put it out there for everybody to tear it apart and critique it. That takes a lot of gonads, man. That takes a lot of effort, and it's awesome that he did it. And without people like him, the big games like D&D and Shadowrun wouldn't be doing so well, because people go and look at these games and they play them and they go, oh, that's what I really like about D&D, and they go back and they play D&D. But hopefully you're inspired and you want to play Project Biomodus, and you never want to go back to D&D, or you never want to go back to Shadowrun because you always wanted something more out of Shadowrun, and now you can get it because, well, this thing's got crazy character classes in it, and you get different forms, and you can jump out of those cases, and you can go into different bodies, so to speak, cases. So you could be Billy Badass, and whatever the mode is of what you need to do, you can do it. So it's a very cool setting. I'm looking forward to diving more into it and reading it. I'm actually, as soon as my son wakes up from his nap, I'm going to print this. I might even print it now. I don't know. But I'm going to print it, and I'm going to take it and get it spiral bound so that when I go to my next local game, I can show it to my buddies and say, hey, you guys check this out. And hopefully a few people will check it out, and hopefully generate some sales for Bear and his budding company, because I think he deserves it. So, little housekeeping to get out of the way. I'm not going to be able to attend Gamehole Con. It's just, I haven't started working yet. I just don't have the finances to dump into a hotel and be away for 3 days from my wife and my kid and leave them here. My wife's got to work, and there would be nobody to watch the kiddo, and my wife can't just started a job, so she can't take any time off. So it's a financial and scheduling thing. I was hoping I was going to be able to make it, but unfortunately I just can't. Hopefully next year. There's some really cool cons around here. Fantasy Flight Games has their center in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, which I'm only about 2.5 hours away from. So I'm hoping to get down there and maybe run some games on a weekend, a getaway weekend. We'll save up enough for a hotel, and we'll go down there, and we'll spend Saturday. I'll run games at the FFG Game Center, and then on Sunday, my wife and the baby and I will go do some sightseeing tourist stuff. Maybe go to Mall of America and all that kind of fun stuff. So we'll make a weekend out of it. But unfortunately, for those that were planning on saying hi to me at Gamehole Con, sadly, I won't be there. I wanted to go to Gary Con as well. It's not that far away from here. Unfortunately, I can't make that either. It's just too expensive to go. I wanted to also go to the Nerds International Convention. I can't think of the name of the con right now. Con on the Cob. I wanted to go to that and hang out with my Nerds brothers, but unfortunately, it's just not in the books right now. Not until I get some checks under me and get things squared away. So hopefully, maybe next year we can go, or maybe if finances sort themselves out, I'll be able to go to Con on the Cob. We'll see. We'll play it by ear, but at least let me know what you guys think of this format. Does this work for you, seeing the screen? I have a ton of PDFs I would love to do reviews of. And if this is something you guys like watching and you like to know about these games, let me know, because now I have the software set up and I can do it. Also, if you're a game designer and/or publisher and you want me to review your books, feel free to reach out to me, jpolak@gmail.com. I'm going to try to set up a Mr. Mean email. I'm not sure if it's going to be available, but I want to set that up so I can separate my personal email from this stuff, from my brand, Mr. Mean. Also want to give a huge, crazy, awesome, fuck yeah shout out to Sathane. Scythane, however you want to say it. He dabbles in graphic design and artwork, and he did my new channel logo. So if you go to my YouTube channel and you see that black thing with the dice and the big Mr. Mean logo in the background, on the black background with the green mean looking guy, smiley face, and in the dice, he created that whole logo for me. So super awesome. Thank you again, sir. He does awesome work. He's on Discord. Check him out. He does it for himself. He doesn't really take projects or stuff, but he's a big GURPS guy, and I don't know how he found me or I found him. I don't even remember, but super awesome guy. and he's a hardworking dude, and he does this stuff for fun. So he did this for me for free. Sir, thank you very much. It was very kind of you, and I've gotten some great feedback on it. It looks awesome. I've got a couple of different design logos that he did for me, and I'm going to use them to make business cards and t-shirts and stuff like that. So so that's the convention and state of the channel. As always, like and subscribe. Tell your friends, send them to the channel, get them to subscribe. It helps out, believe it or not. Companies look at how many subscribers you have, and if you're like 200 subscribers, they're like, we're not going to send this guy anything. I'm around 400 subscribers now, so thank you guys. It's all because of you guys. I do this for you. I do it because, to be honest, I like the sound of my own voice, and I enjoy making these videos. They're fun. For me, they're fun, and it really doesn't take a whole lot of work, and I'm unemployed right now, so it's the hardest part is editing, and as you guys know, I don't edit. So I also have Patreon, and I have PayPal. Go pay me, or pay me from PayPal. So if you want to send me some money to help out the channel and help with cost, that's great. The Patreon, I have 3 levels. I have the $5, the $10, and the $15. $15 level gets you access to the interviews with guys like Bear and the guys over at Indie and James Gantry from Feral Games Inc. And I'm hoping to have some other guys on here. Daniel Fox from Zweihander has agreed to come on the show once he's recuperated from his car accident. So hopefully I can get in touch with him and get that squared away. And we'll do something like this again where it'll be the camera, and hopefully you guys will be able to get in the chat and do, ask some questions and things like that as well. So Patreon is the big thing. Go ahead and, you can subscribe for as little as $5 a month. You get my videos 7 days before everybody else does. And then on the 8th day or the 7th day, I try to record on Monday. That following Monday, the video goes up on YouTube for everybody to watch. So you get them 7 days earlier. That's the best I can do. I don't know what else to do for the channel to help support it, but tell your friends, hopefully get some other friends to subscribe if you've got role-playing friends or hobby friends. Sometimes I go over miniature stuff. I'm a huge Infinity fan. Bunch of stuff, man. We try to care. If there's anything you want to see covered on the channel, shoot me an email or put a message in the show notes or in the messages below on YouTube, and let me know if you got a favorite RPG that I haven't reviewed yet and you would like. Let me know. I'll see what I can do to get it. And I'm not above reaching out to the publishers and saying, hey, I run a small review channel. I've had some requests to review your game. Could you send me a PDF copy? And a lot of times they do. It's PDF. Once the book's created, there's no associated cost with just sending somebody a PDF. Obviously, and if it makes you guys go out and buy the game or show it to your friends, and then your friends go out and buy it, then I've done my job, because that's a sale that they wouldn't have had otherwise. So anyway, peace and hair grease, hair and love. The Hair Bear, always try to be nice. And as I always say, peace, love, and happiness. This world is too small. Our hobby is too small for hate. And any of that, doesn't matter who, what, where, when, or how you are. Be well. Know that Mr. Mean loves you. And remember, be nice.